Well, it's happened. I said that a flat earther would never touch this video, and lo and behold, one has.
Thank you, ScimanDan. Welcome, everyone. Recently, Level Earth Observer gave us his debunk of the 50-minute with 3 cuts tour of the ISS. Let's take a look at what he claims is evidence based on his demonstrable reality.
So the undebunkable ISS 50-minute tour got turned over by the fingers of truth, and we had a little bit of help from Dave McKeegan. Nice one, Dave. How do they do this silly charade that fools naive individuals? Well, it's a blend of augmented reality, real-world physical props, special effects, green screens, harnesses, and very clever, cunning camera angles, and of course, very clever cuts.
Of course, the evidence based on his demonstrable reality was just his inability to see clearly. I have taken the melting fingers evidence and zoomed in further and clarified and sharpened the image. As anyone with decent vision can see, his fingers never melted into the metal, nor was this an FX transition, as the tube that went through the hatch would have also been affected. I enhanced the video and lo and behold, the metal was reflective and no fingers phased through it because there's no transition. Oopsie! He has since done 2 different responses, which absolutely show his lack of demonstrable reality and not understanding, while feeding his supporters his tosh and pantomime, which they happily swallow whole because they too do not understand.
This is what happens when your bullshit backfires.
Let me fast forward, since Adam is only doing a timeline detailing the back and forth between he and ScimanDan in the beginning of this video. Phew! 3 minutes 18 plus seconds later, we have his tosh and pantomime and excuses as to why he didn't watch the entire video and just cherry-picked what he wanted to because you gotta lie to Flurf. Yes, Adam, you are not a demonstrable realist. You are a cherry-picking, reality-denying, personal incredulity believer, aka a flat earther. That is my opinion of you, whether you like it or not.
And when I finally did get round to entertaining the silly sci-fi movie, bizarrely enough that was cited as proof that demonstrable reality was wrong, it didn't take long to see a problem. I'd only seen sporadic bits as I was pottering around doing things. I'd heard it all, but only seen probably 15 minutes or so. And just in those 15 minutes, I saw a problem.
He means he manufactured a problem to complain about and call it a destruction of the video. Dear oh dear, Adam. Clearly ridiculous.
A flaw, where a man's fingers appeared to go through solid metal. Again, another issue regarding special effects. Remember, this was cited as flawless, a masterpiece. Bizarrely enough, they cited a Hollywood film as proof that reality is wrong. I mean, that's deluding in itself. And yet when you looked at the film, it was anything but flawless. It was ridiculous and just the usual tosh. And of course, you're bound to get a knee-jerk reaction from the Globe's top boy because of that. His propaganda and his silly game plan not only backfired, of course, he had to highlight to his viewers a demonstrable realist now, so his propaganda and bullshit's not going to work in the future. I thought it'd be very interesting to see when Dan gets round with his knee-jerk pantomime response and actually react to the fact that his sci-fi movie just ain't cutting it. I thought it'd be very interesting to see how Dan words and goes about his defense of his delusion, given so many corrections and the fact he knows now that I'm a demonstrable realist.
The fact that he is going after ScimanDan so hot and heavy on this shows that he is a clout chaser who only cares about his delusional view of what he calls demonstrable reality.
Surely he won't go back to using misrepresentations, propagandized terms to his viewers, and highlights the fact he's just a hypocrite, a dishonest hypocrite. Surely not. We come to today and we get the video. Flat Earther paints himself into a corner. Oh dear. The only person who's painted themselves into a corner is you, Danny boy. You're so confused and so dishonest, you don't know whether you're coming or going. You're back to now misrepresenting and having to use propagandized terms, and bizarrely enough, you claim you've totally ended the space is fake argument by citing some flawed footage, a Hollywood movie that was still flawed, as evidence that demonstrable reality was wrong. Crazy stuff. And the fact it's out there for your viewers to see, you're back to misrepresenting me. Literally a week after you were correcting your corrections of your misrepresentations, shows us all there's something not quite right there, Dan, in your head and your heart. Either the money has corrupted you so much that you don't understand the psychology at play that goes on in your head, that you're willing to entertain dishonesty on a daily basis, or you're blatantly at it. Either way, mate, you've made an absolute fool of yourself here, bud. In front of your viewers, it's all there for everyone to see. I don't care about the deluded ones. Anyone with the slightest bit of sense is going to see through your bullshit.
Wow, the projection there was IMAX level.
And of course, you're back to misrepresenting. Another bad move, but I love it. I've had several people recently come over from your channel highlight that they were originally your subs, that they've now seen the error of their ways. They would have never heard of the Level Earth Observer channel and demonstrable reality, the real take on things, if they hadn't come to my channel expecting to have a laugh at the propaganda and the misrepresentations.
There is plausible reasoning to see people who are ScimanDan subs not hearing about Level Earth Observer and possibly being on the fence. However, if that is true, they possibly already questioned reality since they were easily swayed by Adam's cherry-picking personal incredulity, tosh, and pantomime.
Do you see what you've done, Dan? You've exposed the globe and yourself, and the methods you use and the dishonesty that resides in your heart. Most of this is to do with psychology. People act on knee-jerk reactions, and when people are triggered, they make anything but sensible decisions. And of course, Dan is a prime example of that with his video out today in relation to what's gone on the last few weeks. So easy dealing with these individuals when you have the truth on your side, you have no bias in your heart, and you won't be swayed. You can't gaslight me. You can send hundreds of trolls over. It's like water off a duck's back. You're never going to gaslight me because I stand by science and be tested and verified by all. Dear oh dear.
The mere fact that Adam takes issue with being called a flat earther shows he is the triggered one acting on reactions. ScimanDan did the right thing by correcting his misrepresentations, as Adam calls it, in his videos. However, Adam thinks he is the good guy fighting the bad NASA deceivers who want to con people into believing their tosh and pantomime because reasons. As I said, you gotta lie to flurf. On this video, I issued a challenge to Adam in a comment thread. I have no idea if he saw it, but this was my challenge to him. In the case of this video, the fingers did not disappear into the metal. I actually zoomed in and the fingers were quite visible the entire time. I even enhanced it in my video to make the fingers more visible. And 2 cuts, actually 3 by the way, with tens of minutes in between each of them, with plenty of a floating astronaut Swanson going in and out of hatches and rooms, and other things floating around, food packages, chains, a globe in the gym for instance, should not have been ignored by a consummate demonstrable realist such as yourself. I challenge you to a do-over. This time doing a proper debunk, watching every bit of the video and commenting, not a lazy cherry-picked one you did. I know my grammar was a bit off, but I think he gets the point. To show Adam's knee-jerk reaction, this latest video of his just came out. And the following is what he yet again cherry-picked to demonstrate his use of demonstrable reality.
This ISS 50-minute tour was cited as undebunkable, the ultimate proof for the globe, they said. And remember, I'd only seen short clips of it and found fingers seemingly going through solid metal, highlighting special effects issues. Of course, exposing this silly 50-minute tour for the charade that it is. The fantasists fought tooth and nail to defend that, desperate to hold on to their fantasy and of course save a dying reputation of a fantasist propagandist known as ScimanDan. So let's see what singing and dancing and lies and misrepresentations we're going to get off the back of this video. If the first video wasn't bad enough, the second video just absolutely highlights the silly 50-minute tour for the daft sci-fi movie that it is. This time we've got fabric material on the wall here, this loop stuff, seemingly going through the astronaut's head. Again, showing the fact that a lot of stuff these people interact with, or what appears to be there, isn't there whatsoever. Backing up what I said in the original video, in a lot of cases, the roof's not there, allowing for the harness. But as you're about to see here, this little sci-fi prop we can see on the side here is actually going to go through Matey Boy's skull.
Is it though, Adam? Let us be the judge of that.
Now remember, this footage wasn't live, it was cited as flawless and the ultimate proof, so these people do not have the excuse of data compression due to a live performance. No. This wasn't live, they don't have that excuse. And this was cited as flawless and the best of the best. So let's have a look. Oops.
Look, Mom, no hands.
I don't think your mum would be too proud of the silly charade you're part of, fella. You're not on a space station orbiting a scientifically impossible globe Earth, are you? Otherwise that strap wouldn't have gone straight through your head. I hope your mum hasn't seen this footage. Let's zoom in for this silliness and see it all in its special effects meltdown glory here, as ScimanDan, the fantasists, get served up by the very thing they cited as proof. Look. Ridiculous. And again. And once more. Absolute tosh. People cite this nonsense as proof that demonstrable reality, for example, scientific demonstrations we can test and verify for ourselves, they cite this tosh as proof the science we can do ourselves is wrong.
Adam did no science with this at all. He just played a zoomed-in video and said the strap disappeared into the astronaut's head and, like all flat earthers, claimed a victory. Dear oh dear, Adam. Let's enhance this and see what happens to that strap. Even zoomed in further and enhanced, the thin white strap is a little hard to see, but it is there and blending into the part of his head that is in shadow. So once again, Adam is not seeing what he thinks he sees. Oopsie.
And then when you entertain it, you've got fingers going through metal and bits of material going through skulls. Yeah, great evidence, lads. Dear, oh dear.
Exactly, Adam. This is great evidence of cherry-picking, not understanding, and making up tosh in pantomime to fit one's delusion based on their version of demonstrable reality. Remember those supporters who swallow every bit of what he feeds them? Let's take a look at some of the comments to this video. I picked some to show how Level Earth Observer supporters deny reality along with him, but not all are from reality deniers. Excellent catch. Can't think of how they will respond to this logically. Thanks. Wow, conclusive evidence of fakery. Those magnificent men and their lying machines. LOLOL, 4 hearts. Love it. Well spotted. ScimanDan buried. Not that anyone cares. Damn, I need to see what kind of mental gymnastics Dan does for this one. That is the nail in the coffin right there. The crickets will be chirping on this one from the globalists. Always the eagle eye heart. Looking forward to ScimanDan conceding and acknowledging the fraud. Oh wait, he can't, because that would involve honesty and humility. His 50 minutes of excellence in space is not looking so glorious today. Great work, Elio. You can see it moving out of the way as he moves towards the camera. Might need to get your eyes checked. That's what was supposed to happen. But unfortunately for you and all the fantasists, it disappeared for a while, giving the game away. Who cares if it reappears at the end? The point is it should never have disappeared in the first place. The laws of physics debunk it, same as they debunk David Copperfield flying. All the while with a background sound of an aeroplane cabin. Good spot, Adam. They serve them up overhead, smash it down their necks. Whoops! 4 laughing emojis. Video compression is the newest version of refraction to explain away these debunks. Straight through his head? WTF are all you lunatics looking at? Some people are incredibly dumb. You take it to a whole new level. Elio, thanks for your videos. What we live on is the single most important truth. This truth will liberate humanity, end all wars, and free humanity to live in a spiritual life that has value and meaning. It is the one truth that ends all lies. Live or recorded. All video recording formats use compression. You do love to fail, hey Adam? By the way, not still game to go to the cupola. Hey matey boy? Gotta love WheresWally poking Adam. Always good fun. So, as you can see, the delusion that Level Earth Observer has is shared by many, which is why there are so many people still believing in NASA is fake, space is fake, the globe Earth is fake, everything is fake. Looking at you, Hans Wormhat, etc., ad nauseum in 2023. And those same people will continue to deny reality even when we go back to the moon and give them live feeds of Earth. Dear oh dear, clearly ridiculous. I am going to let ScimanDan give his thoughts on Elio's cherry-picked demonstrable reality debunk videos. Okay, Dan, take it away.
Now, believe it or not, that is it. That is Level Earth Observer's debunking of the 50-minute ISS tour. What do we all think? Rubbish? Who are we kidding? It's the weakest video he has ever produced, and that is saying something. Too scared to reference a weightless astronaut floating around for 50 minutes. Too scared to reference the floating iPad. Too scared to reference any of the floating items around the International Space Station and why they're doing it. Way too scared to actually reference the section where they look through the cupola down to the Earth below. Too scared to reference any of it, other than the fact that there are 1 or 2 extra cuts that we didn't talk about, and some sort of rubbishy compression artifact with some fingers and metal. We do not consider this debunked. In fact, it only reinforces the fact that it's undebunkable. Now, unless you're going to do any of the things I've talked about there, then this is a fail level Earth observer. This was nothing more than an exercise in saving face. You painted yourself into a corner which forced you to make a video about it. And then you released this to appease your fans and they don't even buy it. What a fail. Don't worry everyone, I'll be making a final video with a final challenge for Level Earth Observer. This time timestamping the exact spots in where I want an explanation. No doubt we'll have crickets.
Brilliant as usual. I know most of you are subbed to his channel, but for those who are new and don't know, I will put a link to his channel in the description so you can go check it out and give him some love. He is on his way to 500,000 subs and hopes to get there by the end of the year. Will you be one of them? Please remember to like, share, comment, subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the notification bell and click all to get notified when I upload new content. Maybe, possibly, again, it's YouTube. Who knows? Thank you for watching. You are all awesome. See you in the next video.